All right, we're going to do a very easy meditation. It's called Gauranga breathing meditation. As we inhale silently in the mind, we will chant Go Ra Ang Ga. Then we will exhale, and out loud we will chant the mantra. If you like, you can follow along. And when I finish, I will sit quietly for a few moments just to feel the effect. Go Ra Ang Ga. Go Ra Ang Ga. Go Ra Ang Ga. Go Ra Ang Ga. All right, so that's an easy meditation, obviously so, and it's very, very powerful. And it's something that's so convenient. You can add it to your life in so many different ways. See? When you wake up in the morning, you can do this meditation. Before you go to bed at night, you can do the meditation. See? During the day, there may be opportunities. You can go find a quiet place, do the meditation. These things are for our benefit. See, the great masters, they came, they taught us these techniques. See? And they taught us for a reason, because they know this is what you need to do if you want to be happy in life, if you want to be successful in life. See? So therefore, a wise person takes the gifts that come from the perfect teachers, and they see the value. They know nothing comes from these perfect teachers, these great masters, that's not valuable. See, everything they say, everything they do, everything they give us is of great value. And my position is to appreciate that, take it, add it to my life, and I get the benefit which they want us to have. You see? So it's not just a nice thing to do. It's very, very important in our life. Many of you have been to our previous lectures and gatherings, and you've heard this information that I'm going to present now. But even if so, we need to be reminded of this truth again and again, and those who haven't heard it, maybe this will give you some insight into something you didn't know before, and that is who you really are. You see. See, I speak on the platform of the Vedic knowledge. The Vedas are the most ancient scriptures. The ancient scriptures, they are the sources of this ancient knowledge. When I say ancient, I mean eternal knowledge. I don't mean just a long time ago. I mean eternal knowledge. It's eternally true. There's never a time when this knowledge did not exist. There's never a time when this knowledge will cease to exist. You see. Knowledge is for our benefit. We go to school, we go to universities, we get big degrees. We spend a large portion of our lives studying, trying to learn things. But unfortunately, we're always focused on material information, material knowledge. So we've got so many people with so high levels of education, so much knowledge, you see. But we don't have very many people that even know who they are. See? This is a very, very difficult thing, isn't it? I got all kinds of information, I don't even know who I am. See? But even on top of that illusion is I don't even know I don't know. I think I know who I am. See? So again, that's why we need to start in the beginning, right? Learning from the very ground up. Just this one truth to begin with, who we are. See, that's why the Vedas say we should all ask ourselves the question, who am I? But unfortunately, almost nobody asks this question. You see? And the reason we don't ask the question is because we think we already know. Oh, I know that. You see? I mean, we prove it. We pass all kinds of quizzes. You go into any country, you got to tell the people who you are, name and this and gender and all these things. You got to fill out forms. You got to, prove it with passports and all kinds of documents and et cetera, you see. But again, it's just a description of the body, see. We've carried this identity around from the very beginning of entering this body. Parents reinforce it in their kids. This is your name. You are male, you are female, you are this race, you see, or you're this nationality, and it just is reinforced again and again. And so you learn it, and you can answer the question very easily, and it's all just temporary labels that are stuck on the body that we happen to be in right now. You see, it's not who we really are. You see, if you look at all these labels that we carry around, not only the gender and the race and the nationality and the name and the family we belong to and all that, but all the other labels that we tote around, Okay, so we're married. All right, now I'm a husband or a wife. You see. Okay, I'm a parent. I've got children. See, I'm a mother. I'm a father. I'm old. See, I'm on an old body. Now I'm a grandmother. I'm a grandfather. And we just keep accumulating labels. I'm a retired grandfather. And it just builds up and builds up. And then finally, after a certain length of time, we get the last label. See, dead. Oh. End of the labeling for that lifetime. And then we take another birth and start sticking labels on again. And it just repeats itself on and on and on and on. You see. But the truth is, that's not who we are. This is just the body that we're in, It comes and it goes. But we don't know that. You see, every time we take a new birth, we forgot all of that, and we just start over again, you see, and build up a big identity. People that maybe they're a little bit dodgy, they're the kind of people that want, false passports because of what they do in their life. They want few identities. So when you get your, fake passport, however you do, another thing you need to do is start building an identity to go with that passport. You start building by getting credit cards and getting driver's licenses and getting social security numbers and getting different things to build your new identity. It's just like taking another birth. You see, we just build up a whole identity again, and then, time runs out and we leave that body and start from zero again. And that's how we see our life. That's how we see ourselves. That's how we focus our life, on who I am right now, materially speaking. See? And it's all leading to, an unsuccessful life, which repeats itself. again and again. See, we don't even know the meaning of success. Mm-hmm. We think a successful life is a materially successful life. See? And that's the doom that hangs over people's heads, you see, presented by other people. You know, oh, you can't be successful unless you get this big education and you get a good job and you accumulate a lot of money, or you just happen to be lucky, you know, because of karma. You know, so you don't have much education, but somehow or another you just lucked out and invested in Bitcoin when it was $1. Then it went to 20,000 and you sold. You know, oh, he was successful that way. Or you go to Las Vegas and you win in Vegas on the slot machine, or, whatever, you see. But it's the same thing. Oh, he was so successful, he won the lottery. You see, we're always looking for the lottery of life, whether it's the lottery that you buy a ticket for, or it's some other part of the life's lotteries that we're always playing, trying to be successful, And maybe we are, due to karma, see, due to our past lives and past activities in those past lives. We come into this life with a certain future that's going to be materially successful. We've created some pious activities, we've done some good things, and so on like that. So we're destined to have a good material result, So it comes to fruit, and we get whatever we get, whether it's money or whether it's fame or whether it's some position of power or whether we're, a great scientist or athlete or movie star or whatever, you see. And then in the eyes of the world, we're very successful. You see, oh, he was a successful person. The guy that developed Red Bull. Red Bull was a good karmic result, see, for this guy. I don't know about the future karma from developing Red Bull, but, it brought him a lot of money. You see? This guy goes to Thailand on business trips quite frequently. That was his business. And he noticed in Thailand that all these workers, the guys that did heavy labor jobs, like the construction workers and so on, and before they would go to work, they'd go and buy this certain kind of tea. And they drink this tea, then they go to work. And he's wondering, why do they always drink that tea? So he buys a cup or two of this tea and drinks it. He goes, it gave him a lot of energy. So he starts to take some of this tea back. He's from Australia. Takes some of this tea back. And he has a scientific analysis done. And he finds out there's an ingredient in that tea that energizes you, right? So he takes that and he combines it into this formula, made Red Bull, you see, and it just became, crazy successful. And now, the advertising and the marketing was crazy good. And, the guy he died, by the way. It didn't make him immortal. And not that old, really. He was in his late 50s, early 60s. But he died with $4 billion as a result. Of course, his son got it. He didn't take it with him. Dad left me $4 billion. Say, thanks a lot. Mm-hmm. So he moved on to wherever he moved on to. Who's to say? A lot of negative karma comes out of Red Bull because it's an intoxicant, and it, creates a lot of, bad things in people's lives in one way or another way, and so on. But he was successful, they say, right? But he wasn't really successful. Was he really happy? Was he truly satisfied? So what we have to do is understand what is success. Success is spiritual success. I, you, every living entity, we are spirit souls. We are not our material bodies. Success is not about success of the body. It's not about social success. It's not about any of these material gains in life. It's about me, the spirit soul, growing in my spiritual knowledge, my spiritual understanding, my spiritual enlightenment. Have you ever heard of And of course, you have not, because it didn't happen. There's no spiritual teacher that came into this world and propagated material gain as an enlightened goal. None. Because they know it's not. It doesn't make you happy, you see.